Hey, it's Bill Score for YakHobby. In this episode, we're going to be doing a live install of these bad boys here. These are the PDL thrust washers. Stay tuned. All right, so in a nutshell, what are thrust washers? Thrust washers will basically take that little bit of play that's out of the handle. Now, again, that's not to say that the little bit of play in the handle is a manufacturer's defect. That's just normal for the PDL handles. But these are basically what they're shims. You get 3 of them. They're different widths, all the same diameter. And again, it all depends on how much play you have in your handle of your Old Town PDL kayak. So we're going to go ahead and install these on my Salty 120 PDL. I've already installed them on my Predator PDL, and they make a world of difference. So let's go ahead, let's take apart that handle and get these bad boys installed. Okay, so we're about to get started. You're going to want to go ahead and gather your tools. I have a 3/8 socket. I have an X-Acto, Phillips head screwdriver, and a straight edge just in case. I have my 3 shims. Now it's recommended that you go with the thinnest diameter shim first. It all depends on how much play you have, but that can also be adjusted. Again, here's my handle. It's got a little bit of play here, a little bit of wiggle. It's normal. Again, it's not a defect. We want to take that wiggle out of the equation. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our straight edge. I'm going to very carefully remove this Old Town logo. All right, that was not easy. I'm going to set that aside. Next thing we're going to do is go ahead and we're going to take the entire steering assembly off. Something I forgot to do. That's good that it happened. We need to lower the rudder. Okay, why we need to lower the rudder? Because we want to be able to turn this. And I like to take the screws off in a cross pattern. So this way one side is not tighter than the other. Again, be careful not to lose these. And you're not able to get to them without being able to turn your rudder. You also may have noticed I removed my seat. It just gives me a little bit more room to do what I need to do. Okay, so those are off. Now we're going to lift this out very carefully. There we go. So why do we take the medallion off? Because we want to take this part off here. So we're going to take our 3/8 socket. I'm going to put that bad boy in there, hold it tight, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to loosen this part right here. Now it's a pretty decent sized screw, so you want to keep going. So you can separate the two. Not there yet. All right. There we go. All right, so once we have this apart, again, this is where your shim is going to go. It's going to sit right in there. We're going to go ahead and put our handle assembly back together. Now, again, this is the tricky part. This is not easy to do. Why is that? Well, there's a couple variables you have to take into consideration. First and foremost, if you're someone who's like me and has a hard time with the whole, square peg round hole thing, could be very interesting to do. Okay, so we got our shim in. The tough part is getting that nylon locking nut back in there. So first thing I want to do is the washer from the inside. I want to drop that down in there first, get her to rest where she belongs. Then I'm going to take this top portion and get that through the washer. Okay, and if the washer comes up, you can just shake it, remove the screw, shake it, have it sit back down. Okay, we're back. The top part is getting this bad boy back in there. So I'm going to try forceps. I can get them out of my pocket. We're not going to use these to hold it in place while we tighten everything. We're going to use it to at least get it onto the screw, which again, easier said than done. See? Okay, so with the forceps, I was able to at least start it. I take my 3/8 socket, get that in there. I'm going to hold the screw with my finger. I'm going to tighten down that nut a little bit more. Okay, now I feel the screw starting to turn. Going to take my Phillips head and I'm going to tighten her down. Okay, so that's done. You want to make sure your cable wires are closest to the outside, feeding your front in first. Again, if you're stuck on the wire, it's not going to go down all the way. There we go. Now, we're going to hold in place. We're not going to screw it down yet. I got a little bit more play in there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tighten it up even more. All right. The play is virtually gone. Now I'm kind of stuck with my rudder line. I've tightened it too much. Again, these are where all your adjustments are made. Because if you tighten it all the way down, again, you're tightening your steering as well. So let's try that again. It's in place. Our rudder is down. You tighten our rudder. How's the handle? Play is almost gone. Now again, if I want, I can go ahead and put the thicker shim in and I'll probably take the rest of that out. But to me, that's not bad at all. That's fantastic. That's way better than what it was. And again, I also don't have her screwed down. So we're going to go ahead and reinstall it, put the medallion on, and then see how she feels. All right, so let's get her back installed. Start in one corner. I'm not going to tighten it all the way down. And I'm going to come across, get this one down. Get not all the way down. I don't want to over tighten anything until I get all 4 screws in. And I want it to be nice and even. All right, and then the last one. Nice and tight. And I'm going to come backwards. And again, this is how I would do it. All right, so how's our play? Barely any. Let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and get that medallion back on, and we are all set. All right, so our medallion's back on. Again, if you want, you can hit the surface with a heat gun to loosen up some of that glue. She's back on. The play is gone. And I got really nice and tight steering capabilities of the rudder now. So again, the shims make all the difference in controlling some of that play in your rudder control line. Okay, so I hope this install video helps. Again, it's a very tedious project. It's not like putting seat risers under a seat and boom, you're done. No, it takes some time. Take some time getting the medallion off. And take some time getting the nylon locking nut back underneath the steering unit. But trust me, once you get it dialed in, it's like a brand new reel. Once you get it dialed in, you're going to love using it. You find the right shim for your PDL steering unit, you get everything set the way you want it, and your steering control will be that much more enjoyable on your PDL unit with the shim in place. But don't take my word for it. Get it set for yourself. I'm going to put a link to the item below. And again, if you like it, let us know about it. We want to thank you for watching this video. We want to thank you for supporting a small family-owned business. If you like what you saw today, please subscribe to our fairly new channel and hit that bell for future notifications because there will be more videos on some of our products available. I'm Bill Score for YakHobby. Again, thank you for watching this video. We'll see you next time. Go.